And now I'm pleased to recognize the chairman of the Middle East and South Asia Subcommittee, the gentleman from New York, Mr. Ackerman, for 3 minutes.
Thank you. With apologies to Winston Churchill, I describe our position in Afghanistan as a mess in the middle of a muddle mired in a morass. We can't walk away and we can't stay. As has every member of Congress who's been to Afghanistan, I've heard for the past 8 years that we've been making progress. So obviously now is the time for a new beginning and a fresh start. The Taliban and Al-Qaeda and Pakistan terrorist groups all acknowledge their cooperation and common alignment under the same radical and violent vision of Islam. But here in Washington, fine distinctions are offered as a basis for policymaking. Our nation-building efforts have succeeded in creating an Afghan government capable of stealing an election, but utterly unable to provide actual government services. We've paid $18 billion to create Afghan security forces that can't operate independently and whose annual costs approach that of Afghanistan's GDP. We've helped create an Afghan national police force that is best known among Afghans for the crimes it commits. And the failures on the U.S. side are even more egregious. There's reconstruction spending that's rebuilt nothing except a large expat community in Kabul. There's the pass-the-contract skimming by Beltway bandits who each simply take their cut of taxpayer money before subcontracting out the work. There are oversized U.S. contracts so poorly designed that simply dropping cash out of a cargo plane would actually have been more efficient. There was a 7-year effort to get Afghan farmers to just say no to drugs and yes to starvation. Amazing, that didn't work. There's a UN mission that doesn't actually appear to have any mission at all, and the list of failures could go on and on. Though none of this is the fault of the current administration, all of it is now their problem to fix. And talk about fixing Afghanistan is really talking about two questions. How can it be fixed, and are we capable of doing it? So far, there's been an enormous amount of attention and ink and airtime devoted to the singular and frankly secondary question of troop numbers. But it is far from clear, at least to me, that our problems in Afghanistan are primarily military. I've not heard any of the how on the political side, on the governance side, on the reconstruction side, on the economic side, or on the international side. I think I've seen this movie before, but I'm waiting to see how we're going to change the ending. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.